And we are the Coalition, loud and proud. Here we are at the Quonset Business Park at Regent Technology, who is unveiling I think a significant entrance into the light passenger commuter style vehicle. We'll do more of that a little bit later, but Senator Jack Reed is here. He was kind enough to take some time with us. Senator Reed, of course, is now, in the past, and now again, I would assume, going to be the head of the Senate Armed Services Committee. Senator Reed, there's been a whirlwind of controversy surrounding Saudi Arabia in the last few weeks, and I'm not talking about the World Cup. Seemingly within days, Mohammed bin Salman, who is generally acknowledged to be the architect of the Khashoggi murder, was elevated to the role of prime minister, simultaneously, almost, the United Nations releasing a damning report about his engagement and his coordination of what most consider one of the signature human rights violations in the last decade or so. What's challenging is that the United States Department of Justice, in conjunction with the State Department, issued something called the Suggestion of Immunity based on his new role as Prime Minister. When in fact King Salman Abdulaziz is the King of Saudi Arabia, is the United States setting a dangerous precedent by conferring immunity on an individual who is not head of state?
Well, the precedent has already been established. Prime ministers in many countries, England is a perfect example, are not the head of state, but the head of government, and they would have immunity. This is an international legal custom practice that has been observed, and which we would insist upon also if someone tried to, foreign nation or foreign court, indict the President of the United States. It's not very satisfactory because it leaves someone like MBS who's decidedly unsavory character beyond the court reach in the United States. But it is a diplomatic practice that we follow.
President Biden campaigned aggressively on the prosecution of, as we call him, MBS, who is arguably one of the, I'll call it, most egregious violators of human rights within the developed world, if you will. Was his hand forced by this ascension to prime minister, and was this essentially a parliamentary trick by the Saudi Arabian government to take him out of harm's way, in your opinion?
I think it's quite deliberate to make him prime minister, and also to make it clear that he is not head of state but head of government. In reality, he is the head of their government. The king is at an age who does really participate in governance. But I think the fact is that because there were potential civil suits in the United States, that's what prompted MBS to seek immunity as the Prime Minister.
Very good. Senator Reed, as always, thank you for your time.
Thank you.